My beloved child. There are moments in life that arrive so quietly that most people never notice them. This is one of those moments. If this message found you today, perhaps your heart has been searching for answers that words alone could never provide. Take a slow breath and stay with me until the end, because every sentence builds upon the one before it, and the final thought may bring a perspective you have been waiting to hear. Somewhere in this world, there is a person whose heart has been changed by experiences they never expected. Whether you call that person your soulmate, your future partner, or simply someone whose path is deeply connected with yours, their journey has not been easy. Life has taught them lessons through silence, distance, hope, and reflection. They have learned that some connections cannot be replaced, no matter how much time passes or how many roads appear in between. If you have ever wondered why certain memories continue to return, why certain feelings remain even after you try to move forward, or why your heart sometimes pauses without explanation, perhaps it is because you are still growing into the person you are meant to become. Sometimes the greatest message is not about predicting the future, it is about preparing your heart for it. Imagine receiving a letter that was never written with ink but with emotion. It would not begin with promises. It would begin with honesty. It would say, "I hope that when our paths truly meet, we recognize each other not because everything is perfect, but because we have both become stronger, kinder, and wiser than we once were." That is the message many people long to hear. Not a promise that every obstacle disappears overnight, but reassurance that genuine connection is built through patience, understanding, forgiveness, and mutual respect. The most meaningful relationships are rarely rushed. They are discovered one step at a time. Perhaps today is also a reminder for you. Continue becoming the person you would be proud to meet. Continue choosing kindness when it is difficult. Continue believing that growth matters more than speed. The right connection is strengthened not only by love but also by character. As this story continues, you may begin to notice small details that speak directly to your own experiences. Keep listening with an open heart, because the next part explores the quiet moments that often change everything, and sometimes those are the moments we almost overlook. A quiet truth is beginning to unfold, and it may explain feelings you have carried for much longer than you realize. There are seasons when two people seem separated by distance, timing, or circumstances, yet their personal growth continues to move them toward the same destination. What appears to be silence is often preparation. What feels like waiting is sometimes transformation. If your heart has been asking why certain emotions continue to return, consider that they may not be asking you to look backward. They may simply be reminding you to remain open to what is still ahead. Imagine your soulmate reflecting on every conversation they never had, every kind word they wished they had spoken sooner, and every lesson that shaped them into a more compassionate person. If they could speak to you today, perhaps their message would not be filled with dramatic promises. Instead, it would be simple, sincere, and deeply meaningful. They might say, "I hope you never lose the kindness that makes you who you are. I hope you continue believing that genuine love grows through patience, honesty, and mutual respect. And when the right moment arrives, I hope we recognize each other not because life has been perfect, but because we have both chosen growth over fear." There is something remarkable about people who continue becoming better even when nobody is watching. Every challenge teaches resilience. Every disappointment offers wisdom. Every new beginning carries the possibility of becoming the chapter that changes everything. The future is not written by a single moment but by the countless choices made with courage and hope. Perhaps that is why this message found you today. It is not asking you to rush. It is inviting you to trust the journey you are already living. The connection you seek is strengthened every time you choose kindness instead of bitterness, understanding instead of judgment, and hope instead of doubt. Those quiet decisions shape the life you are building, even when you cannot yet see the complete picture. As you continue listening, ask yourself one simple question: if the person meant for you arrived today, would they find the same caring heart that has carried you this far? The answer is not about perfection. It is about authenticity. The strongest relationships begin when two people meet as their truest selves, ready to encourage one another through every season that follows. The next part explores the unexpected moments that often become the turning points in our lives. Sometimes the smallest realization becomes the one we remember forever, and sometimes the message we have been searching for has been quietly growing within us all along. Sometimes the greatest message is not the loudest one. It arrives quietly, almost unnoticed, and waits patiently until your heart is ready to understand it. Imagine that the person whose path is meant to cross yours has reached a moment of deep reflection. Looking back, they no longer think about what they lacked. They think about how every challenge shaped them into someone capable of giving genuine care, unwavering respect, and lasting commitment. Their heart has discovered that the most meaningful connections are not built through perfect timing but through people who never stop becoming better versions of themselves. If they could place a single message into your hands today, it might simply say, "Thank you for continuing to believe in kindness, even when life tested your patience. Thank you for choosing hope instead of giving up on the possibility of something beautiful." I may not have known your story yet, but I hope every step you take brings you closer to the life you truly deserve. Those words carry quiet strength because they are not asking for certainty. They are celebrating growth. Think about the moments that changed your own life without warning. A conversation that stayed with you. A decision that opened a new door. A simple act of kindness that restored your faith in people. Life often transforms through moments that seem ordinary at first. Only later do we realize they were turning points. Perhaps today is one of those moments. Perhaps this message is encouraging you to notice the quiet opportunities already surrounding you. There is also another truth worth remembering. Love that lasts is rarely based on excitement alone. It grows through trust, understanding, patience, laughter, and the willingness to keep choosing one another through every season. These qualities cannot be rushed. They are built over time, one thoughtful decision after another. That is why your own journey matters just as much as the destination. Every lesson you learn today prepares you for the relationships you will treasure tomorrow. As you continue forward, carry this thought with you: the future does not ask you to be flawless. It asks you to remain genuine. Continue showing compassion. Continue believing that meaningful connections begin with honesty. Continue becoming someone whose presence brings peace to others. Those qualities never lose their value, and they often become the reason extraordinary relationships are possible. The story is not ending here. There is still another chapter waiting to unfold, one that reminds us how unexpected moments can reveal the greatest blessings when we least expect them. Every meaningful journey reaches a moment when everything begins to make sense. Not because every question has been answered, but because the heart finally understands what truly matters. Imagine your soulmate standing at that very moment, looking back on every choice that shaped them. They no longer focus on the opportunities they missed. Instead, they appreciate every lesson that taught them patience, empathy, forgiveness, and gratitude. Those lessons have become the foundation of the person they are still becoming. If they could leave one lasting message for you, it might sound like this: I hope you never doubt your worth because of a difficult season. I hope you never believe that delays mean your story has lost its direction. The right people often arrive after we have learned the lessons that prepare us to value them fully. Continue walking with courage, because every step you take is helping create the future you cannot yet see. Perhaps that message also belongs to you today. There are moments when life asks us to trust the process instead of demanding immediate answers. During those moments, we discover strengths that were hidden beneath uncertainty. We become more patient, more understanding, and more capable of appreciating genuine connections when they appear. Growth rarely announces itself with loud celebrations. It often happens quietly, one thoughtful choice at a time. Think about how many beautiful experiences begin unexpectedly. A simple conversation becomes a lifelong friendship. A small decision changes an entire future. A single moment of kindness inspires hope that lasts for years. Life has a remarkable way of surprising us, not through extraordinary predictions, but through ordinary moments that carry extraordinary meaning. Keep your heart open to those moments, because they often become the memories we treasure most. As you continue your own journey, remember that love is not measured by perfect words or dramatic gestures. It is measured by consistency, honesty, respect, and the willingness to support one another through every chapter of life. Those qualities create relationships that endure long after excitement fades. They are the quiet strengths that transform two separate stories into one shared future. If this message has encouraged you to reflect on your own journey, consider sharing it with someone who may also need a reminder that hope, patience, and kindness are never wasted. And if these words have brought comfort or inspiration, following this journey means you'll be here for the next chapter as we continue exploring stories of growth, meaningful connections, and the quiet moments that shape our lives. The final part brings everything together with one simple reminder. Sometimes the message we have been searching for is not about predicting tomorrow. It is about becoming the person who is ready to embrace tomorrow with confidence, compassion, and an open heart. As this journey reaches its final chapter, pause for a moment and think about everything that has brought you here. Every experience, every unexpected turn, every lesson that seemed difficult at the time has quietly shaped the person you are today. None of those moments were without purpose. They helped build a heart that understands compassion, a mind that values wisdom, and a spirit that continues to hope even when the path ahead is not completely visible. Now imagine your soulmate looking toward the future with the same hope. If they could share one final message, it would not be about changing who you are. It would be about reminding you never to lose the qualities that make you unforgettable. They would say, please continue believing in kindness. Continue choosing honesty even when it is not the easiest path. Continue treating people with respect, because the love that lasts is always built on trust, patience, and understanding. The person I hope to meet is not someone who never struggled. It is someone who never stopped growing. Perhaps those words speak to your own heart as well. We often spend so much time searching for signs that we forget to notice the remarkable progress we have already made. The strongest relationships are not created by perfect circumstances. They are created by two people who are willing to learn, to listen, to encourage one another, and to keep moving forward together. That kind of connection is rare because it begins long before two people meet. It begins with the choices each person makes while they are still walking their own path. Carry this thought with you after this message ends. Your future is influenced not only by the opportunities that come your way but also by the character you develop every single day. Every act of kindness matters. Every moment of patience matters. Every decision to forgive, to learn, and to become a better version of yourself matters. These quiet choices shape a future filled with stronger relationships, deeper peace, and lasting joy. If this story has given you a moment of hope or reflection, let it remain with you as you continue your own journey. Share its message with someone who may need encouragement today, and if these reflections have inspired you, stay connected for more stories that celebrate hope, personal growth, and meaningful relationships. Remember this above everything else: the most beautiful chapters of life are often written one ordinary day at a time. Continue walking forward with confidence. Continue believing that genuine love begins with a genuine heart. And no matter where your journey leads next, never underestimate the quiet strength of hope, because hope has a remarkable way of leading us toward the people and the moments that truly matter. The journey you have listened to was never meant to predict your future. It was meant to remind you of something far more valuable: every meaningful relationship begins with the person you choose to become today. If there is someone whose path will one day meet yours in a truly special way, that connection will not be strengthened by perfect timing alone. It will be strengthened by kindness, honesty, patience, and the quiet courage to keep growing even when no one is watching. Imagine that your soulmate has one final thought to leave with you. Their words are calm, sincere, and filled with hope. I may not know every chapter of your story yet, but I hope you never stop believing that your life has purpose. I hope you never allow temporary disappointments to convince you that lasting happiness is impossible. Every lesson you have learned has shaped you into someone capable of giving genuine love, and that is a beautiful gift. Perhaps that message feels familiar because, deep inside, you have always known that the most important journey is the one taking place within your own heart. Every act of forgiveness makes room for peace. Every moment of gratitude changes the way you see the world. Every decision to remain compassionate becomes part of the legacy you leave behind. These are the qualities that create meaningful relationships and lasting memories. One day you may look back on this season of your life and realize that it was preparing you for something greater than you could imagine. Not because everything happened exactly as you expected, but because every challenge helped reveal your strength. Every unanswered question encouraged you to grow. Every moment of uncertainty taught you to value the people who truly care about you. As this story comes to a close, carry one simple reminder with you wherever life leads next: never underestimate the quiet power of hope. Hope encourages us to keep learning, to keep loving, and to keep believing that meaningful connections are worth waiting for. Continue becoming the person you would be proud to meet. Continue choosing integrity when it is difficult. Continue offering kindness without expecting anything in return. Those choices shape a future that is rich with purpose. Thank you for spending these moments reflecting on this journey. May you continue moving forward with confidence, wisdom, and an open heart, ready to welcome every meaningful opportunity that life places in your path. Every story reaches a point where the greatest discovery is not about someone else, it is about the person you have become. As these words come to a close, imagine your soulmate looking toward the same horizon, carrying the same hope that somewhere, somehow, two lives shaped by patience and growth will one day meet at exactly the right time. If they could whisper one final message, it would be gentle yet unforgettable. Please never let temporary loneliness convince you that lasting connection is impossible. Never allow disappointment to erase your ability to trust, to care, or to dream. The heart that continues to choose kindness after difficult seasons is the heart that leaves the deepest impact on the people it meets. There is remarkable strength in continuing to believe that meaningful relationships are built, not found overnight. They grow through honesty spoken when it would be easier to stay silent. They grow through forgiveness offered without keeping score. They grow through respect shown every single day. These are the quiet foundations that create extraordinary stories. One day you may realize that the answers you searched for were never hidden in dramatic moments. They were present in ordinary days filled with small acts of courage. Every time you chose hope instead of fear, every time you learned from a setback instead of surrendering to it, and every time you encouraged another person without expecting anything in return, you were already preparing for the future you wanted. Perhaps the greatest message your soulmate would leave with you is this: do not wait for life to become perfect before allowing yourself to be happy. Celebrate your progress. Treasure the people who sincerely care for you. Continue growing into the person you were created to be, because that journey alone has the power to change everything. As you move forward from this moment, carry these words with confidence. Your story is still unfolding. New opportunities will appear. New friendships will begin. New chapters will open in ways you cannot predict today. Walk into those moments with gratitude, humility, and an open heart. The qualities you build within yourself today will become the greatest gift you can offer to every meaningful relationship tomorrow. Thank you for sharing this journey from beginning to end. May you continue choosing wisdom over worry, compassion over judgment, patience over haste, and hope over doubt. No matter what tomorrow brings, remember that every meaningful chapter begins with a single step taken in faith, kindness, and sincerity, and that step is always within your reach. As this final message settles into your heart, remember that every meaningful journey leaves behind more than memories, it leaves behind wisdom. Perhaps the greatest gift of this story was never the idea of finding your soulmate. Perhaps it was discovering that the person you are becoming today is already creating the future you hope to experience tomorrow. Imagine your soulmate writing one last letter, not filled with mystery, but with sincerity. It might read, "Wherever you are right now, I hope you are taking care of your heart. I hope you continue believing that kindness is never wasted, that honesty is always worthwhile, and that every difficult season has the power to shape a wiser, stronger, and more compassionate version of you." When our paths finally cross, I do not hope to meet a perfect person. I hope to meet someone who never stopped growing. Those words carry a timeless truth. The strongest relationships are not built in a single extraordinary moment. They are built through countless ordinary moments shared with patience, respect, laughter, understanding, and unwavering support. They become extraordinary because of the people who choose to nurture them every day. If there is one thought to carry with you after this story ends, let it be this: never underestimate the quiet influence of your daily choices. Every kind word you speak, every act of forgiveness you offer, every opportunity you take to learn instead of judging, and every moment you choose hope instead of fear becomes part of the life you are creating. These small decisions often lead to the most meaningful destinations. Life will continue to surprise you in beautiful ways. Some opportunities will arrive unexpectedly. Some friendships will become lifelong treasures. Some conversations will change your perspective forever. Welcome those moments with gratitude and an open heart. Even when the road ahead seems uncertain, trust that your character, your compassion, and your willingness to keep moving forward are guiding you toward experiences that truly matter. As this journey comes to its peaceful conclusion, take one final moment to appreciate how far you have already come. Celebrate your progress. Be thankful for the lessons that strengthened you. Continue becoming someone who brings light, encouragement, and kindness into the lives of others. That is a legacy more valuable than any prediction. May your future be filled with meaningful connections, genuine joy, lasting peace, and opportunities to grow alongside people who value you for who you truly are. No matter what tomorrow brings, keep your heart open, keep your spirit hopeful, and keep believing that the most beautiful chapters of your life are still waiting to be written.